how to explain project in interviews. The moment you start attending interviews, there's a second question that you can expect. The first question would be, always tell me about yourself. The second question will be, okay, tell me about your project, or tell me about your framework. Framework part we have discussed separately. In this video, we'll talk about how to explain project in interviews. Now, before we start, I want to clarify that every company have a different projects, right? Every company is working on the different domain. So you don't have to be too rigid that, okay, will I explain my framework in detail or project in detail? But this is what you can follow. You can always start with a brief introduction about what kind of project you're working. You don't have to go to each and every module, each and every test that you have written. Just give the overview about the project that you are doing. Then you talk about the domain. Suppose you're working for ERP domain, CRM domain, or let's say e-commerce domain. Talk about what kind of domain you have worked. Let's say if you worked with multiple companies, then you can also explain that I worked with e-commerce domain, I worked with CRM domain. So first, give a brief introduction about the project, not too detailed into module. Talk about your domain. Then talk about the contribution. For example, you have contributed in maybe the functional area, non-functional area. You have done automation of all the smoke regulation scenarios. So then you talk about what kind of contribution you have done. Then definitely you should highlight some pain areas or the challenges and how did you solve it. So these are the 4 pillars that you have to talk the moment you have to talk about project. Don't only talk about project. Talk about project, domain, challenges, and how did you solve it. That will give them more clarity that you are not only looking into one area, you're also focusing into multiple areas.